The visitors are undefeated, but they enter the Eagles' nest. The winner will take the top spot as the Northern Conference's best. Hi again, everybody, and welcome to Elizabeth Kennedy Stadium in Broomfield, Colorado, for tonight's game between the 8-0 Longmont Trojans and the 6-1 Broomfield Eagles. I'm Bill Rogan, along with former Montbello star and CU tight end Justin Adams, and we thank you for tuning in. And Justin, the focus for Longmont this week has been stopping Broomfield's running attack, something they didn't do last year.
Yeah, you know, last year Broomfield won rather comfortably because they rushed for over 250 yards. So this week, and actually throughout the whole season, Coach Johnson has implemented the 4-6 Bear defense, which is designed specifically to stop the run. So, yes, they have to respect the pass, but at the same time, they know that the running game for Broomfield is going to be the most important thing that Longmont wants to stop today.
And when you look at Broomfield's defensive concerns, they are worried about Forrest Wetterstrom, and with good reason.
Yeah, good reason. How about this? 17 touchdown passes through the air. 10 touchdown runs overall. This guy is amazing, a true dual threat. Somebody that Coach Davies was talking about earlier and was actually, I'll be honest, pretty frightened about. Told his defense that they're going to have a spy on this guy, and they really have to take very good care of this guy and know where he's at all times.
But Broomfield's quarterback is no slouch. Angelo Perez has really come on this year.
Yeah, you know it. And Angelo Perez, you know, Coach Davies usually doesn't let his players call their own plays, especially their quarterback, but he allowed this guy to call his own plays against Legacy earlier this year, a game that we did. He allowed him to do that and had a touchdown pass. Actually, the first touchdown of that game was a touchdown pass that Perez called on his own. So, again, he kind of has that Peyton Manning effect. It's going to be real interesting to see how it comes in today.
A lot of coaches don't let NFL quarterbacks call their own plays, and Angelo Perez here at Broomfield, he has a lot on his shoulders. Justin, what could be the deciding factor tonight?
Well, you know, Bill, we could talk about numbers. We could talk about, you know, stats or whatever. We could also talk about, you know, size or whatever. But it's going to come down to 5 plays. When I was at Montbello High School, Coach Oliver Lucas used to always tell us that it's going to be 5 plays that decide the game. It could either be through special teams, it could be on offense, it could be on defense. Today, I'm looking for turnovers. Turnovers are going to be the biggest thing in this game. Whichever team turns over the ball more, they're going to lose.
The Northern Conference title is on the line tonight, and Justin, we know it's a big game. Do you know why?
Well, Bill, because you got your big game tie on.
That's right, I got my big game tie. There you go. Opening kickoff coming up. Longmont versus Broomfield. Stay with us. That was better. And the captains are meeting at midfield with tonight's officials as Longmont at 8-0 taking on the 6-1 Broomfield Eagles. And in the Northern Conference, the Trojans are 4-0, Broomfield 3-0. As you see some of the shiny helmets on the sidelines that will soon be donned by these young athletes playing the biggest game of the season to date. Longmont has won the toss, and they will defer. And they're deciding which way they will defend. Longmont will defend the goal to our left or the north end zone. So Broomfield will get the ball first. And there are the standings. Now Longmont, look at that, 327 yards or points this year. Just 124 points allowed. They have been outstanding, but this likely their toughest test so far. And of course, Broomfield very tough to beat here on their home field. So we're getting set to start. Longmont has entered the field to our left. They are congregating in the end zone, getting fired up. And there's the banner. Take them down, B-Town. I suspect, Justin Adams, that the Eagles will come flying through that banner in a moment.
Hopefully, or It's a lot of wasted time, and here they go.
There they go. It always cracks me up when I watch high school teams take the field. Every now and then you'll see a guy in the middle of the pack trip and fall, and you have the domino effect.
You do.
But not tonight for Broomfield. They are ready to go. Cheerleaders now picking up the dismantled banner. It takes so long to put those banners together, and in a minute, it's dead. They get torn apart.
Well, that's the fun part of it.
Although, if your team cannot break through the banner, that would be a bad sign.
Well, if they can't break through the banner, then maybe they shouldn't be playing. You know, I heard that, you know, you could do gymnastics.
Soccer,
maybe volleyball. Yeah, tennis. There you go.
So Longmont, they are in the road white uniforms with blue helmets and blue trim. Broomfield in the home blue with silver pants and silver helmets. They have a few different color combinations. And the officials tonight, the referee is Frank Phillips. The umpire, Jay Stahl. The head linesman, Gerard Flores. The line judge, Sean Luce. And the back judge is Steve Hale. So a good crew, and we are set to go. Deep for the Broomfield Eagles, Harrison Einspar, along with Jordan Hood. And to the near side, Gian Panacucci.
Yeah, Bill, and quickly before we go with the kickoff, we're just going to do a, you know, the weather report, as I like to do.
Well, let me send it to you.
All right.
And now from the KCCB Channel 8 News Center, the weatherman, Justin Adams.
All right, thank you, Bill. And today, right now, our current temperature is 58 degrees. We're going to have a little bit of wind, not too much, 1 mile per hour going southeast. Pretty much as we go through the hourly today, we're going to see the temperatures dip. And into the fourth quarter, we should have the temperatures to be below 50 degrees, around 49. So it's going to get a little chilly as the night goes on, but definitely it's football weather.
Perfect night for football, and there's
Perfect
a good
night.
shot at junior kicker Miles Bergner. Let me try that again. Bergner.
There you go. There you go. Oh, look at this, the excitement. I mean, you know this is a big game, Bill.
Here we go. Bergner sends it on its way. High, deep kick out of the end zone. A cannonading blast. That ball went 75 yards in the air. And Broomfield will take over 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line. Offensively for the Eagles, Angelo Perez is their starting quarterback. The tailback, Jose Frere. The wideouts, Nick Angarado and Gian Panacucci. The slot receivers, Jordan Hood and Christian Nemai. And the tackles, Stemke and McLean. The guards, Viberg and Bingham. Butch Burchell is the center. Perez in the shotgun. Nemai in motion. Going deep off the bat. It is complete to Nick Angarado. First down, a gain of 27 yards. Well, they're going to call it a gain of 25 yards. Let's take another look at that one, Justin.
Yeah, Bill, again, as you look at the eyes of Angelo Perez, pumps fakes the out route, but then throws it deep. And you know what? This is a cover 2 defense that Longmont came out with. So anytime you get that type of defense, you're going to have a soft spot. And you know what? He threw it right on the money to Angarado for a huge gain to start off the game.
1st and 10 at their own 45-yard line. Perez barking out signals. Gives to Frere. And Jose Frere gets a yard before he's taken down. Let's check the defense for the Longmont Trojans. The defensive ends, Johnson and McIntosh. Palacios is the nose guard. The outside backers, DeBarris and Tovar. In the middle, Chacon and Sprecher. And the corners, Johnson and Hitchcock. Pomper is the rover, and McGee is the free safety. 2nd down and 9 for the Eagles. Perez under center. Gives to Frere. And Frere gets pulled backwards after a gain of maybe a yard. On the tackle, Marcus Johnson, 6'3", 275-pound junior.
And
no
Bill,
gain on the play. That'll bring up a 3rd and 9.
Yeah, excuse me there, Bill, but you can see early, again, Coach Johnson, his emphasis on the running game. You know, Broomfield came out on their first play, had a long pass to play it, but as soon as they went to the run, they pretty much have no success so far, and it goes back to the strong defense and probably the emphasis that has been placed on the run throughout the week.
3 receivers right. Angarado to the near side. Perez in the gun. Perez tucks it down. Good cut, and he's close to a first down, but I think a little short on the tackle of Chris Chacon. In hot pursuit in the backfield was Tyler DeBarris, and feeling the pressure, Perez didn't wait around. He went, and he's going to be a little short, and Gary Davies is going to gamble right away.
Yeah, and let's look again at this replay. Just a shotgun set as Perez rolls to his right, and he doesn't see anybody open, so he just takes the ball down, and he cuts upfield. And you know what? He gets very close to the first down, about a yard away. So early tough decision for Coach Davies.
4th and less than a yard.
He might try to get him off sides here, Bill.
Or maybe a quarterback sneak. Perez sneaks. It will depend on the spot. The Longmont fans across the way are jubilant. And I don't think he got it. And they did not get it. So the gamble backfires by the Eagles. 1st and 10 Longmont on the change of downs. And let's take a look at the Longmont offense led by quarterback Forrest Wetterstrom. Well, we'll get to that after this play. And they are packed close to the line of scrimmage. Wetterstrom, he gets hit and taken down. Tyler Stemke with the big defensive play. There he is, number 51. Offensively for the Trojans, Wetterstrom is the quarterback. The running backs, Fowler and Hitchcock. Wide receivers, Cogdill and Mao. Cole Birch also a running back. The tackles, Johnson and McIntosh. Bernard and Lee are the guards. Center is number 55. Keaton Gabler. And we're going to have a legal motion, I believe, on Longmont. Justin, it looked like Jordan Bones turned upfield too quickly.
Yeah, just went upfield a little bit too quickly. It's not like Canadian football or arena football where you can run towards the line. You have to run parallel if you're ever going to go in motion. Just a little bit antsy. You know, it's early in the game. Kids are going to be antsy, especially with a big game like this one today.
They're the Broomfield students. They stand the entire game. Second down and 20 following the sack and 5-yard penalty. Quick out pattern is complete to DJ Fowler. He gets a minimal gain, as on the coverage is Lee Cannon and Jordan Hood for the Eagles. That'll bring up 3rd down and 16. And the ball will be spotted at the Longmont 39-yard line. Beautiful setting for high school football here on the campus of Broomfield High. Leaves turning colors. Crowd still filing in, a late arriving crowd.
Almost like a crowd that you see at the Staples Center, arriving a little bit late.
Pass is complete to Fowler. He has a first down, but I believe that's going to be called back because of a penalty. Looked like another procedure call on the Trojans. And we'll get the official announcement from Frank Phillips. And it will go against the Trojans, their second penalty. And this one, Justin, very costly.
Yeah, it's very costly because the pass was a result of a first down. You know, one of the things that Longmont does, is that they run an unorthodox offense. Pretty much they have their 2 running backs right behind the tackles or right behind the guards, and then they have a quarterback kind of in a pistol position with another running back behind him. So whenever you have such an unorthodox formation that pretty much, you know, referees aren't used to seeing, you're going to get a lot of illegal procedure penalties.
3rd down and 21. And after this play, if they get the first down, we'll set the Broomfield defense. If not, we'll wait to the next series of downs. chased out of the pocket. Firing deep. A man is open. Complete. Down to the 5-yard line as Braden Hitchcock got open, and Forrest Wetterstrom found him. And that's what Gary Davies was afraid of, the improvisational skills of the junior quarterback, Forrest Wetterstrom.
Yeah, and as we look at this replay again, Wetterstrom doesn't have too much. He's looking to his left, trying to go to the fade route, but then as soon as that play breaks down, he goes to his left, but then he always keeps his eyes downfield and puts a perfect pass into the heads of the wide receiver there. That's just a great catch by Hitchcock, actually the running back, excuse me, and he gets down to the 3-yard line for a 1st and goal.
Angarado saved the touchdown. Wetterstrom keeps, hurdles, touchdown. Wow. They convert a 3rd and 21, but hold everything. A penalty marker on the play. And it goes against Longmont. And let's set the defense for Broomfield while we have a quick moment. Defensively for the Eagles. Up front, they have McLean and Stemke. The nose guard, Jimmy Roberts. Outside backers, Nemai and Purse. Bingham is an inside linebacker. Drew Davies is injured. He's out for the year, so he is not one of the backers. It's Nathan Aragon. So that was a misprint on the graphic there. And a handoff to DJ Fowler, and he picks up a yard or two. And the corners are Parker Oliver and Jordan Hood. Safeties, Lee Cannon and Nick Angarado. Ball is spotted at the 6-yard line. 2nd down and goal to go for the Trojans. They've had 3 procedure penalties, and that last one nullified a touchdown for the time being.
And again, Bill, we talk about 5 plays again. We're going to write these down. The 5 plays are going to control this game, and it's going to be the deciding factor. Plays like that hurt you.
Wetterstrom keeps. Up the middle, touchdown, Longmont.
Yeah, we're going to see, even though that was a great run by Wetterstrom up the middle, we're going to have a penalty flag, and it's going to look like unsportsmanlike conduct on Wetterstrom as he hit a Broomfield player in the end zone. So we're going to see if the touchdown will count.
Well, the touchdown should count since it's a dead ball foul. And here's our official, Frank Phillips. Personal foul.
Personal foul against Longmont.
Well, it looks like they will nullify the touchdown.
Well,
is it a dead ball foul?
Well, usually when you raise your hand, that's a dead ball after the play foul. So it should count. The run
so they'll
should count for a touchdown.
Take the extra point from the 18-yard line.
Yeah, it's not like the NFL where you could choose to take it on the kickoff. I don't believe so. It looks like they will.
Dead ball, personal foul.
Okay, so
they
are going to take it on the kickoff. Well, excuse me there. It is like the NFL then.
So it's 6-0, and we'll take a look at that touchdown after the extra point. So on to attempt the extra point is Longmont place kicker Miles Bergner. The holder is Wetterstrom, so you always have to keep that in mind.
Kind of like the Tony Romo there. You know, a couple of years ago, he was the holder also.
There's a good shot from our end zone camera. Kick is on its way, and it is good. So Longmont strikes first. 7-0 Trojans. And the 6-yard touchdown by Forrest Wetterstrom.
Yeah, and again, as we look at this replay, we can get it just overall again. It brings it up to what we talked about earlier, just how good Wetterstrom is on the run. 17 touchdown passes, but he also has now 11 touchdown runs. And again, just a guy who,
there's the personal foul.
Yeah, there's a personal foul. First of all, on the run, a great run up between the guards. But again, you cannot do anything like that. Any type of punch or anything like that could get you thrown out the game. And especially how important Wetterstrom is for Longmont, that could be a huge blow for this game.
Well, if he would have gotten thrown out of the game there, I would not have had a beef with the official.
No, not at all. Not at all. And let's go show the end again. And you know what? You do have a late push by number 4, Parker Oliver. But again, you know what? Things like that is unacceptable. You know, you settle it between the lines, and once the whistle is blown, you know, again, that's not something that you do. You just go back to your respective team.
Panacucci and Hood deep, and in the middle is Robnett. And the kick is going to come to Sean Robnett at the 7. Crosses the 25. Still on his feet to the 30. Dancing around. Gets out of trouble. Robnett takes it down the right sideline, out of bounds. Flag, though, on the play. And we'll see what the call is.
Bill, I love the determination by Robnett on this play, but it looks like it's going to come back on a block in the back.
The first kickoff, the kickoff to open the game, Bergner kicked it out of the end zone. The 15-yard penalty allowed Broomfield to get good field position if it weren't for that penalty.
Well, you know what? They would have had the ball at the 50-yard line. Well past the 50-yard line into the territory of Longmont, which would have been very important, especially after a score that Longmont just had. But again, penalties are what's going to hurt you, especially in big games like this.
Then again, maybe he was sprung free by the illegal
Yeah,
block.
well, there you go.
Angelo Perez, the quarterback. Behind him and just to his left is Jose Freire, the running back. 4 wideouts. Freire, he gets wrapped up. And so far, so good for the Trojans defense. Leading the way that time for the Longmont club, Ty Tovar, the 6'1", 210-pound senior.
You know what, Bill, if we could look at this replay, because I really want to show everybody exactly what Longmont is doing and how they're just containing the run, especially on an option play like this. And all is going to start off with the defensive end. And what the defensive end does is his responsibility is to go after the quarterback or to go after the running back. And what happens is whenever Angelo Perez has to commit to the running back, then it's going to be eaten up like on that play previously.
2nd and 11, loss of 1. Out pattern is complete to Einspar. Check that, incomplete. Ball hit the turf. And that's a dangerous pass, Justin Adams, going from the far hash mark to the near sideline.
Yeah, you got to make sure you put some mustard on the ball, because if you don't, if you don't have enough velocity on that ball, it's going to be pick 6. And especially with the way that the game is going, it's such a high-scoring team as Longmont, you cannot give over any pick 6s on the defense.
And you mentioned putting mustard on the ball. Ketchup would not be good.
Yes, and I think he would relish a better throw on that last play also.
Perez, 3rd and 11. Little screen pass. And it's complete to Purse. Purse has the first down out to the 43-yard line before he's taken down by Chris Chacon. Big play, Broomfield. Converting
nice.
On 3rd and long.
Yeah, excuse me, Bill, but yeah, nice bubble screen that we had there. But again, we have a penalty on the field, and this may be coming back.
A 20-yard gain. And we'll see what the call is. These referees have been throwing the laundry around. Illegal man downfield, and that will come back. And that's one that sucks the wind right out of the crowd.
Well, you know what, and we're going to wait for the call of the referee, the official call, as he walks around a little bit. Okay, well, there he goes with his, here's the call. No, I think he meant to point the other way.
Yeah, you can't have an illegal man upfield, otherwise it's offside.
Exactly. But Bill, again, what that does is that takes away a first down that Broomfield would have had, and now you're 5 yards deeper. What it looks like so far is that Longmont has came into the game and said that Broomfield, you're not going to run at all. So they're going to take away that element. So it's going to come down to the arm of Angelo Perez. As we see Gary Davies talking to a player there.
Gary Davies, also the offensive coordinator. He went to school here at Broomfield many years ago. And now he is the longtime coach. 24th year as the head man for the Broomfield Eagles. I think he knows what he's doing. 3rd down, 16. Ball at the 14-yard line of Broomfield. Perez down the middle of the field, incomplete. Intended for Kyle Allen, the 6'5", 175-pound senior. A big target, but a little too much mustard that time.
Yeah, you know what? A little too much velocity on the pass, BR. But you know what? He had him wide open. That would be something where I would like to see Angelo Perez just hold the ball just a little bit later and to lead to his wide receiver up a little bit more down the field. He had him wide open.
DJ Fowler is deep, awaiting the punt of Jimmy Roberts. A line drive kick by Roberts, and it's fielded on a dive by Fowler. Dangerous play. A 36-yard kick, no return. And with 5:06 to go in the first quarter, Longmont will have their second possession, leading 7-0.
Bill, how many times do you see in a game where it's a line drive kick and the ball kind of hits the ground and the returner allows it to hit about 10, 20 yards? What Fowler did right there by diving and catching the ball is, even though he didn't get 80 yards on the plus side, he actually probably saved his team about 20 yards.
But it is dangerous when you have to dive for a ball. He was confident and he made the play. Wetterstrom on the keeper. Gets about 4 yards. He's taken down by, not sure who it was. I do not have a 44 on my roster, Justin.
What a great play by that player.
It could be Zach Bingham. Well, Bingham's 55. It's Nathan Aragon, I surmise. Quick outlet pattern is complete. With the reception is Braden Hitchcock, his second catch of the night. And maybe Don Apodaca, our ace stat man, can go next door and verify who number 44 is. I think Don was comfortable, and we made him get up and...
Yeah, he wasn't too excited about getting up.
Don's calm. He's a calm guy. 1st and 10, Trojans. Ball just inside the Broomfield 30-yard line. Wetterstrom to give to Hitchcock. Turns the corner. Big yardage. Hitchcock is gone. Braden Hitchcock, a 30-yard scamper. And Longmont takes a 13-0 lead.
Bill, what a great run again by Hitchcock. And all this is just a sweep as Hitchcock came in motion on the far side. And it's just great blocking, not only by, anytime you're going to run a play like that, you have to have great blocking by your tackles and also by your wide receivers. And that's what Longmont got there. And you know what? There was a seal, there was another seal, and he ran it right up the alley. Touchdown.
So 30 yards for Hitchcock. And the extra point will be attempted by Miles Bergner. Again, Wetterstrom is the holder, so you got to watch out for shenanigans. The extra point is good as he clangs it off the scoreboard. 14-0 Longmont. So now Justin Adams, it's imperative that Broomfield take this ball down, and if they don't get a score, at least keep their defense off the field.
Yeah, well, let's first look at the replay again. Just barking out the signals, and then you just give the ball right to Hitchcock, and Hitchcock is very patient, which I like about this running here. Very patient, looks for his hole, and again, you don't see anybody around him. He was never touched on the play. The only time he was touched was when the quarterback handed him the ball, Wetterstrom. So again, it's very important for Broomfield here to get a score. They had 2 possessions. They had 1 first down. They had another first down that was called back. And let's not forget, Bill, their only first down that they have had in this game has came on a passing play. So again, they're going to have to pass the ball in order to get back into this game.
So Hitchcock scoring against the Birds.
Yes, there you go.
There you go. High kick, and this will be a touchback. As Rob Nett fields it in the end zone. So Broomfield, their offense has to click it in gear. And Doug Johnson, the head coach for Longmont, he said during the week and before the game, They need to stop Broomfield's running attack. So far, mission accomplished.
Well, anytime you stop a team's running attack, you make them one-dimensional. And what happens is you put a lot of pressure on a quarterback like Angelo Perez. And even though Perez is experienced, you know, he's a junior, but he's been running the offense pretty well, you still don't want to put too much pressure on him overall, especially in a big game like this. And that's what Longmont is doing.
Keeper by Perez, and he gets about 4, maybe 5 yards before he's tripped up. Good play inside for Longmont's Marcus Johnson, 6'3", 275-pound junior.
And what Perez did on that play in the keeper, even though it's just a 4-yard gain, what it does is it makes Longmont have to worry a little bit more about the run, so it opens up the pass.
And Perez can run the ball. He's got 5 touchdowns this year via the run, and he's thrown 6 touchdown passes. Perez gets taken down hard. Good heavens. Big number 60, Chris Palacios. 6'3", 275, a junior. And he swallowed Angelo Perez up. Perez is a junior, 5'11", 185, so there's a physical mismatch.
Yeah, definitely a physical mismatch anytime you're dealing with a defensive lineman. But again, the pocket just collapsed on the last play. It's going to set up a 3rd down and long play, and I expect a pass here. Maybe even a bubble screen like we saw earlier in the last drive.
3rd and 9, ball at the Broomfield 21. Perez downfield. It is caught by Purse for a 1st down. Dan Purse with the fingertip grab, and he stayed in bounds. So 1st down Broomfield, and that was a huge play for the Eagles.
Yeah, and what I like about what Hurst did as we look at Perez as he rolls to his right, actually he rolls to his left, excuse me, and throws a dart right at the wide receiver, just catches the ball with his hands. And the other thing is he made sure that he got past the 1st down marker and not to it, because sometimes the ball will bring you back.
A dart or a duck?
I'll call that a dart.
That pass incomplete, intended for Angarado. Hitchcock on the coverage. 2nd down and 10.
And excuse me, the receiver was Dan Purse there who caught the pass.
2nd down and 10 for Broomfield. Ball at just over the 30-yard line. I think they got a bad spot there, Justin. I thought that Purse had another yard or 2 on the reception. Did you see the Broomfield sideline?
Well, again, that's why it was so imperative for Purse to get ahead, a couple yards ahead of the 1st down marker, because you never know how the official's going to mark it, and usually you always have to come back to the ball so that it won't be intercepted.
And Frere gets a couple of tough yards before he's grabbed and pushed back. That'll bring up another 3rd and long. Call it 3rd down and 6 for Broomfield. Ball at the 34-yard line. They've been effective throwing the ball. They've not gotten their running game on track yet. So maybe this would be a game that Broomfield has to win through the air, which is rare.
But the biggest thing is that Broomfield has to stick with the run, because the majority of their passes is actually with Angelo Perez on the move.
Quick outlet pass to Einspar, and I believe he's got the 1st down. Harrison Einspar, covered by Ian Pumper. Einspar, 5'9", 160. He's a senior.
But Bill, as we look at this replay, what we're not going to see is that we're going to see how the running back, Jose Frere, actually stopped the blitzing Chris Shashone as he was coming through the middle, and it pretty much just went through the gap between the center and the guard and had a free shot at Perez. What a great block by Frere in order to free up Perez so they could complete the pass.
1st and 10 Eagles. Under 2 minutes to go in the 1st quarter. Frere cuts it up inside. He takes a big hit. Good heavens. Joe Lopez, 5'11", 235-pound sophomore, makes the big hit. Gain of 3, 2nd down and 7 Ball resting on the 44-yard line.
It's big boy football, Bill. You're going to expect to get hit, especially in a game like this.
Angarado has it at the 50. Falls forward into Longmont territory, and it appears to be another first down, and it is. So first down for Broomfield. That is their 4th first down of the quarter.
And as we look at this passing play, you know, Perez knew exactly where he was going to throw this ball to
Now
Angarado.
that's a dart.
Yeah, that's a dart there. It's not a duck, it's a dart. But again, this is what Longmont is giving them. Longmont is going to try to take away the run, which they have done successfully so far, and their cornerbacks are playing at least 5 to 7 yards off the ball. So again, 5-yard passing plays like that, 5-yard hooks are going to be there all day for Broomfield.
Perez keeps, gets a couple before he gets buried. Pomper in on the tackle. Also in there for Longmont was Tyler DeBarris, senior linebacker. Perez throwing the ball tonight. He is 4 of 7 for 51 yards. As you see, the big crowd here at Broomfield. One yard on the carry for Perez, 2nd down and 9. They get the play off before the quarter ends. Downfield, over the head of Angarado and intercepted with the pick for Longmont. It's Marcus Vasquez, and a turnover as the first period comes to a close. Big play for Longmont. They have a 14-0 lead on Broomfield. Second quarter coming up next. First turnover of the game occurring on the final play of the first quarter.
Yeah, looking at the quarterback, and pretty much what happens with Angelo Perez is that, you know, he tries to throw the ball to Angarado, and Angarado 6'4", but, you know, if he was 6'5", he would have been able to at least knock that ball down and get another hand on it in. Just overthrew his receiver, and there's an interception.
Back to live action. A keeper by Forrest Wetterstrom, the quarterback for Longmont, gains a yard maybe. Actually, no gain on the play. 2nd down and 10 for the Trojans. Ball at their own 42-yard line.
Bill, we talked about earlier the importance for Broomfield to actually get something going on a positive side on offense. With the interception, Bill, if Broomfield doesn't stop them here, they're going to have a very tough time coming back at all in this game just because of the explosiveness of the Longmont offense.
Wetterstrom, the junior quarterback. Pass is low, but picked before it gets off the carpet, and that's DJ Fowler. See ya! Touchdown, Longmont. No flags. A 58-yard pass for a touchdown. Good heavens.
Wow. Wow is about all I could say on that play. You know what? DJ Fowler there looked like a man running literally amongst boys.
He looked like Dexter Fowler chasing down a fly ball in center field.
Yes, he did, especially after he broke all those tackles, and I can't wait to look at this replay. What a great play by Fowler.
They could use a little more wattage and the lights in the end zone here at Broomfield. Extra point attempt. Snap, hold, kick is up, and it is good. So
wow.
Miles Bergner 3 for 3 on extra points, and Longmont has taken a commanding 21-0 lead on that electrifying run by DJ Fowler on a pass that looked pretty innocent.
Well, you know what? It's just a regular pass, just another 5-yard in. He just catches the ball low, makes one man miss. And again, number 44 looks like he has the tackle there. But again, a lot of arm tackles from Broomfield. And once DJ Fowler broke from that tackle, there was nobody that was going to get him. He was off to the races. And Bill,
Hello.
I don't want to say that we're looking at a blowout here, but if Broomfield doesn't do anything at all on this drive, the way that Longmont has been playing on offense, this game might be over really very, very quickly.
So Bergner will kick off once again. The Broomfield crowd is stunned.
Oh, and you know what? Especially in a big game like this, you're at your home field. The last thing that you expect is that Longmont will go on their first 3 drives and score.
And we've got another touchback. So 1st and 10, Broomfield will take over at their own 20-yard line in desperate need of an answer.
I'm interested to see if Coach Davies is going to stick with the run, stick with his game plan, or if he's just going to say, hey, Angelo Perez, we're going to have to throw this game all on your shoulders in order for us to get back into this game.
Longmont scored twice in the first quarter, a 7-yard touchdown run by Wetterstrom and a 30-yard run by Hitchcock, and then a 58-yard touchdown pass, Wetterstrom to Fowler. It was basically all Fowler, but the 18th touchdown pass of the season for Forrest Wetterstrom. Now Angelo Perez needs to come up with something. Downfield, incomplete, intended for Christian Nemai, and that'll bring up 2nd down and 10. Still plenty of time in this game, but Justin, the main thing now for Broomfield, just try to break the momentum of Longmont.
You know, Bill, we talked about this yesterday with Arvada West and how, you know, they came into the game 0-7 and they lost, but they just wanted to win. For Broomfield, you just want to get a score. It doesn't matter if it's a field goal. It doesn't matter if it's a touchdown. You just need something positive going right now.
Some movement. We'll see if they were drawn off. Offside, Longmont. So Broomfield will say thank you. They'll take the 5 yards. 2nd down and 5.
The goal for Broomfield here is to go into half, at worst, down by 14. You want to give yourself at least a puncher's chance going into halftime.
Pass batted down at the line of scrimmage. Getting his paw on it was Tyler DeBarris. 3rd down and 5.
Bill, we just seen 2 passing plays by Broomfield, and that's not what Broomfield's identity is. Their identity is running the ball, and you can see what Longmont has done with scoring on their 3 first possessions. They have literally taken Broomfield out of their game, and as you said earlier, Bill, there's only 10:56 left to go in the 2nd quarter. There's a lot of time left to go in this game, so it's very important for Broomfield to get something going here.
Perez fires it out of bounds, intended for Angarado. Covered on the play by Jordan Johnson. And now the punting unit comes back out on the field for Broomfield. It will be Jimmy Roberts, the senior. Roberts, not your prototypical kicker, 6'1", 235 pounds. Now, Justin, you and I have a good friend who's involved in coaching.
Yes.
And he says one of the things you want to do is make the other team change their game plan first.
Yeah, and that's exactly what Longmont has done. They have literally ripped out the DNA of what Broomfield likes to do, running the ball.
Fowler. Good return, gets it into Broomfield territory, tackled by Einspar. And once again, the Trojans are in business. That was a 38-yard punt, 12-yard return. The Trojans are doing a job tonight against Broomfield so far. Justin, you played football at CU. November 4th, the Southern Cal Trojans coming to town.
Yes.
I hope they don't play as well as these guys are playing for your sake.
I hope that CU actually comes out and plays kind of on the opposite side, like how Longmont's playing today.
1st and 10 for the Trojans at the Broomfield 48. There's a big defensive stand by the Eagles as running into the line and going nowhere, DJ Fowler.
You know, Bill, looking at the way that Longmont has scored on all their plays, we have 2 long passing plays. We have a 30-yard run. Then we have, a 58-yard passing play.
That set up a run.
Yeah, that set up a run. But then, so then on all 3 possessions for Longmont, that has been one long play, either passing or via the run, that has set up their touchdown.
They have gotten the big plays tonight. 2nd and 10. Wetterstrom gives it to Fowler. Fowler trying to turn the corner, but a nice tackle by the outside linebacker for Broomfield, Andrew McLean. That'll bring up 3rd and long, 3rd and 7 for the Trojans. Under 10 minutes to go here in the 2nd quarter. It's been all Longmont so far.
You know what? I'm pretty surprised by the two plays there by Longmont. Kind of not opening up their offense a little bit more. You know, anytime you have a team down like the way that you have Broomfield here, you really want to go in for the kill. And with a touchdown here, they could do so.
And offside looks like on Broomfield as Christian Nemai a little anxious on the left side of that defensive line.
Broomfield jumps outside.
Gary Davies, I see him patrolling the sidelines. He's got to be scratching his head, wondering what is going on tonight. Broomfield just trying to slow down this juggernaut that is the Longmont Trojans. We mentioned they've scored over 300 points this year. Coming in, 327 to be exact. Wetterstrom keeps, jumps forward, and I believe he's got the first down. Stemke on the tackle. We found out who number 44 is. It's Zach Bingham.
Okay.
Their leading tackler, who normally wears 55.
Okay.
So first down, Longmont. That is their 3rd first down of the night. You may say, how do they have 21 points with just 3 first downs? Big plays.
Yeah, big plays, Bill.
That was your nickname, right, at CU?
Oh, you know, big play, Justin.
Big play Adams.
Especially on the practice squad. Always big plays on the scout team.
Ball at the 37 of Broomfield. Looked like there was some movement there. Not called. Wetterstrom gets hit by 2 players. Stemke in on the tackle along with Nemai, but the first guy there was McLean. And he doesn't go down easy. Wetterstrom, 6'2", 185. He's a junior, his 2nd year starting.
Yeah, but right now, if you're Broomfield, you just would take anything right now. It's so imperative that they stop Longmont here. And, you know, a sack on this play is a great way of starting that momentum in order to get Longmont off the field.
Ball is on the Broomfield 44-yard line. 2nd down, 16 for the Trojans. Wetterstrom in trouble, wrapped up, and he goes down as Andrew McLean loses his helmet. But the objective was to bring down Wetterstrom, who is getting up slowly. What a play by Andrew McLean.
Yeah, if we could look at this replay about what McLean does.
That's what they need. He looks like he's mad, McLean.
Well, you have to be. You're down 21-0. You've pretty much been beat up so far in this game. And you know what? You finally have a play where you, again, go and take care of you know, defensively, your defensive backs stop all the wide receivers, great coverage, and again, you have a nice coverage sack by McLean there.
Andrew McLean now with 6 sacks on the season. 3rd down, 23 for Longmont. Ball is at the Longmont 49-yard line. See if they send pressure again. And a whistle. Delay of game, perhaps?
Delay of game on the Trojans.
Make it 3rd down and 28. If Longmont converts here, Justin, that would be disastrous for Broomfield.
You know what? There's not many 3rd and 28 play calls that you have as an offensive coordinator.
You know what I would call?
What would you call?
I would get, as you see Gary Davies there
Yes,
with
yes,
the
yes.
headset around his neck. I would get the ball into DJ Fowler's hands. Number 7. With his speed, what we saw a few moments ago, let's see if he can make a play.
Well, he's in a slot on the far side.
Slot right.
Yes, slot right.
Keeper by Wetterstrom. Wetterstrom close to a first down inside the 30-yard line. A big pickup. We'll see where they spot the ball. But from 3rd and long to 4th and short, a 26-yard gain. Good heavens.
Yeah, you know what? It looks like that was actually a called play because of just the way that Wetterstrom just pumped the pass and then just took it down and just started to run. He ran to his right. And you know what? Breaking tackles, running through players against Broomfield. And it's going to set up an interesting call for Coach Johnson, having the ball about 2 yards away, maybe 1.5 away for the first down. So Longmont, they're going to take a timeout.
So timeout Longmont. That's their first of the half. They're in field goal range if they want to try a long field goal. But the way they're moving the football, I suspect they will go for it on 4th and less than 2. As always, you can watch the replays of these games, and we try to make it as convenient as possible to fit your schedule. Tuesday at 10 a.m., Wednesday at 2 p.m., Thursday prime time 8 o'clock, Saturday at 6. I would like to see a Monday 3 a.m. showing, but I guess they don't have that in the schedule.
Well, you know, maybe they'll have it next year because you requested it, Bill.
As you see, Broomfield, they have won 4 in a row after the Monarch blemish. We did the Broomfield Legacy game, and Broomfield used a very productive 4th quarter to pull away from the Lightning in that one.
And a couple of fortuitous bounces also, Bill.
They're going to go for it, Longmont. A little confusion. Wetterstrom. And we've got another timeout as Coach Doug Johnson over on the far sideline asked the official for a timeout. That was weird. Normally coming out of a timeout, you're pretty organized. They came out of a timeout and they weren't sure. I think that's a smart timeout by Coach Johnson.
It is a smart timeout because, you know, it's fourth down and 2. You have all the momentum on your side. You don't want to lose any part of the momentum because you didn't have the right play called. And it looks like there was an audible that was called. And so what the guys were doing is they were looking at the pouches that is around their belt, and they have like numbers usually that tells you what the play is. So a couple of the guys didn't know, you know, what play it is. You know, as a coach, you know if your team is unsure a little bit about themselves. And you know what? If you have timeouts to use, go and burn them, especially in the first half.
Yeah, and when you have a 21-0 lead, make sure you get the right play. Coach Johnson didn't like what he saw, called a timeout. So again, 4th and a little less than 2. Forrest Wetterstrom in shotgun. Keeps. Hit. Surges. I think he's got it, but we'll see. And it is a first down Longmont.
Wow.
Longmont had a 3rd and 28, a 26-yard run, and then a 2-yard quarterback keeper. I tell you, we've heard a lot about Forrest Wetterstrom. I have not seen him play until tonight. I am highly impressed.
He's made me a believer. How about that? A very, very good-looking player.
And made you a daydream believer.
He did make me.
And a homecoming queen.
That's right.
Wetterstrom again puts on the brakes. He's like Houdini. Fumble. And he gets it back. Stemke had a chance, and the ball squirted right back to the quarterback, Wetterstrom. Flag on the play, but everything he is doing is turning to gold.
Yeah.
Block in the back, so that'll go against Longmont.
You know what? All the bounces are going Longmont's way so far also. How many times do you see a player lose the ball, literally gets, stood up and thrown in the air, and the ball come right back to him?
So they'll mark off 10 yards. You may be wondering, you may be wondering about the official and his calls. He is not equipped with a microphone.
Okay, yeah.
The previous game we did Arvada West against Legacy. The official last night, Dave Bowen, or last game, had a microphone that was very good, very loud. But tonight's referee, Frank Phillips, does not have a working microphone. In case you were wondering. Fowler thrown to the ground. Jordan Hood flings him to the turf. And this is an artificial turf surface. When we first started doing games here on Channel 8 many years ago, they had a grass field. And it got torn up quite a bit because they play soccer on it and various things. But this artificial turf surface really holds up well, and I think the kids like playing on it.
Yeah, you know, something about artificial turf kind of has a real nice ring to it. And it's not only good for, you know, for the facility because you don't have to worry about mowing the lawn. You don't have to worry about all that extra expenses. But
you have to worry about vacuuming it, though.
You do have to worry about vacuuming it. Yes, you do.
Second down and 19 for Longmont. And taken down on the play, coming around the left end, is Josh Cogdill. So Cogdill loses some yardage, and it'll be another 3rd and long for Longmont. Ball at the 39 of Broomfield. Scoreboard says 3rd and 19, but I think it's more than that. 3rd and 23, I will say.
Okay.
And our stat guy, Don Apodaca, is nodding his head. So I think I was pretty accurate.
Well, we trust your education, Bill. You know, you did go to Duquesne, so
I don't like to tell people that. Another whistle. And how many penalties do we have tonight, Justin? On both teams combined. 11 penalties.
Yeah, 11 penalties combined in this game. We have 8 for Longmont, and we have 3 for Broomfield. Which, you know, the last time that I counted, you know, 8 plus 3 equals 11.
That's your CU education. Most people don't know that.
No, they don't.
Those who went to CU, they know it. So, it seems like Longmont is comfortable being 3rd and 28 again.
You know, another thing that we're almost overlooking is the time of possession, is how Longmont is pretty much just taking, even though this drive is very long and, you know, they had a chance to get inside the 20-yard line, they've taken a lot of time off this clock.
It's 3rd and 27 at the Broomfield 44. Going deep, Wetterstrom. Incomplete. Intended for Cogdill. On the coverage was Hood and Robnett. So finally, the Eagles hold.
Yeah, but you know what? Witterstrom made the right play on that with the way that the defense was set up as we look at the replay. And what happens is because Broomfield was playing a cover 2. Well, actually, they were playing a cover 1. I mean, a cover 3, which means that pass the play was going to be wide open. Even though that ball was into double coverage, if Coghill, who slowed down before the ball was thrown, if he would have continued to run on the fly pattern, he would have had a wide open catch.
Miles Bergner will punt it away. Angarado and Hood deep. High punt, sky high, and it will bounce into the end zone. He nearly got the coffin corner there, pinning Broomfield deep. He just missed it. But we may have another penalty for an ineligible man downfield on the punt. That kid has a leg.
Booted that ball very high. You know what, if I'm a college scout, I'll be very excited to see a kid like that.
And he's only a junior.
Woo.
So if you're Broomfield, after seeing that punt, do you take the ball at the 20 or do you make him kick it again?
You take the ball at the 20. That would be the smart idea to do, especially since he was so close to pinning you inside of your own 5-yard line.
And it looks like they will decline the penalty. He kicked that one so high, I thought he kicked it into the lights. So the penalty is declined. Broomfield with 3 timeouts and 3:02 on the clock. As much as they've been dominated, Justin, if they're able to march down and get a touchdown, they can go into halftime feeling pretty good about themselves, and they're still in the game. Frere dragging tacklers. A determined effort, a 12-yard run by Jose Frere as he took Ian Pomper for a ride.
And that's the first time, Bill, that Broomfield has set up in an I formation and ran the ball out the I formation. Earlier in this game, they have run a lot of, option looks, or they've ran the ball out the shotgun. That's the first time that they've run out the I. So a great, something that Gary Davies really looked at. A great job by him making that adjustment.
Perez, Angarado, first down as he's pushed out of bounds. Jordan Johnson on the coverage. So back-to-back first downs by Broomfield. Frere, 6 carries, 19 yards. And that last one of 12 yards was his best carry of the night. So a good start to this drive for Broomfield. Again, plenty of time left with 3 timeouts. Dan Purse comes in with the play.
Bill, one thing that I would like to see Broomfield do is that since they're down by 21, is just to pick up the pace a little bit more. Put the pressure on Longmont. Put the pressure on their defense.
2 receivers right, 2 left. Look out for Perez. And he gets taken down and a penalty marker flies. Combining on the sack, Tyler DeBarris and Chris Chacon.
Yeah, but we're going to get a face masking penalty here, Bill, as we're going to look at the replay. And what happens is Perez is rolling to his right, and he finds nobody wide open. It looks like he wanted to go deep, but once that collapsed, he pretty much just wrapped up. And you know what? That's actually not a face mask. I don't see it. It looked like number 45. What he did was he actually just pulled the top of his jersey, Tyler DeBarris. So interesting call.
Can you get a horse collar call on the front of the jersey?
I don't think so. You can get on the front of the jersey. I don't believe so. But you know what?
Maybe
if they called it,
a
sure.
horse collar.
Yeah, if he called it there, sure.
Anyway, it'll be 1st and 5. So it's a spot foul, 15 yards from the spot of the infraction. It ends up being a 1st and 5 for Broomfield. Another penalty for Longmont. That's the only problem they've had this half. Out pattern, complete to Nemai. Nemai is shoved backwards, gang tackling. The initial hit by Isaac Sprecher. 3-yard gain, 2nd down and 2. Ball just shy of the 50-yard line.
And here comes the hurry-up offense that I was talking about earlier, Bill.
Longmont has safeties 15 yards downfield. Out pattern, incomplete, intended for Angarado. Sniffed out by Jordan Johnson. If he gets there a step sooner, it could have been 6 the other way.
Or if the ball was put right on the numbers to Angarado, that's a pick 6 overall. But you know what you do if you're Coach Davies is that you run a double move next time. You run the same route, but then again you have Angarado turn around, give him a little shoulder shiver, and then cut right up the field. And you're going to have a wide up. There's not going to be anybody behind him for Angarado.
Or you can give him a shimmy, shimmy, shake. It's an old song that's before your time. Downfield, intercepted. Down the right sideline is Drew McGee. And he gets tackled just shy of the Broomfield 45-yard line. But another turnover by Broomfield. And with 1:46 to go, Longmont can throw a haymaker here if they can score.
Yeah, McGee gets a Christmas present here as we look at the replay. And what happens is just, Angelo Perez, he sets up, and he just, for the 2nd time in this game, he overthrows his wide receiver. So, again, with 1:46 left to go in the first half, let's not forget that Longmont only has one timeout before the end of the half.
Wetterstrom keeps. He's brought down. Is the ball loose? They say it was down. 2nd down. That could have been a horse collar.
Yeah, now that's a horse collar. We looked to have a player down, and Witterstrup got up a little bit slowly on that play. And I don't know why a horse collar wasn't called on that previous play.
It's a loss of 2. 2nd down and 12.
Well, again, yeah, we're looking at the end zone camera, and again, you know what? you know, Widerstrom does what he does best. And yeah, he was grabbed down by his by the back of his jersey and loses the football. But again, he gains it back. So no harm, no foul. Second down at 12. But yeah, that clearly was a host collar play there.
Under a minute to go in the half. Pass batted down. Third down and 12.
It's going to bring up third. Yeah, it's going to bring up a huge play with 49 seconds left, Bill. And so, you know what? If Longmont has a kind of a knack of getting long third down conversions.
They seem comfortable in third and long. They converted a third and 28. It took them 2 plays to do it, but they did. The junior quarterback, Wetterstrom, fakes, keeps. Someone lost the helmet. Ball is loose, picked up by Broomfield. And a turnover gives Broomfield life with 41 seconds left. The recovery by Lee Cannon. And with 3 timeouts left, Broomfield has a shot to get on the board.
Bill, that's the 4th time that Widerstrom has, you know, lost the ball, has fumbled the ball. And, you know, each time previously he got the ball right back. He had one pop right back to him. He had another one that he just picked up overall. But on this one, he wasn't so lucky as the ball is popped out as he is hit there. And yeah, you know what? Number 44 has a chance to pretty much scoop and score. But then it is picked up by the Broomfield defensive, by the Broomfield linebacker. And now it's first down.
Perez keeps to the 35-yard line before he's banged down. Isaac Sprechter on the tackle. And timeout Broomfield with 31 seconds left.
Bill, yet again, at the beginning of this quarter, I said that for Broomfield, they would be happy. Coach Davies would be happy if they were only down by 14. With 31 seconds left, they have 2 timeouts, I believe, and they're at their own 35-yard line. They have an opportunity to make that, you know, true and to really give your team life going into half. Even a field goal here would be something. Anything's better than having a goose egg on the scoreboard at half.
Well, they'll need a big play. And Perez has a strong arm. A couple of times tonight it's been too strong as he's airmailed a couple of passes that have been picked off. 2 wide receivers left, 3 receivers right. Frere is the lone running back for Angelo Perez. 2nd and 4. Ball at the 35-yard line of Longmont. Little bubble screen to Purse. First down. Dan Purse inside the 25-yard line. Clock will stop while they move the chains. Hurry up, O. Angarado looks like he has single coverage on the far side. Chains are set. Clock is started.
Bill, that's going to be a tough throw to get it to Angarado, though.
Sideline near side. Incomplete. Intended for Purse. Covered by Hitchcock. And there's the time on the bottom of your screen, 17.2 seconds left.
Yeah, what Perez was trying to do in that previous play was try to throw it to the back shoulder. What I mean by the back shoulder is pretty much throw it to the far shoulder, excuse me, of the wide receiver as he runs up and then he just turns back. So it's really a timing pattern overall for the wide receiver and the quarterback. So it's something that you work on, and it works a lot in the higher level in the NFL.
And we've got a whistle. Flag flies. Offside, Longmont. Broomfield will take it, 5 yards closer.
Longmont.
They're in field goal range.
They are.
But Gary Davis is thinking touchdown. That is the 10th penalty on the Trojans tonight.
Longmont's really hurting themselves with the penalties, Bill. And you know what? If it's not for those penalties or for the miscues in the fumbling department, this would, even though they're up 21-0, this could be 28-35 point lead.
Perez with time. Toward the end zone. Incomplete, intended for Einspar. Good coverage on the play by Johnson and McGee. McGee has an interception tonight. 3rd down and 5. Again, Broomfield still with 2 timeouts.
So you could throw the ball down the middle of the field. You could throw it outside. You pretty much the whole playbook is still wide open for you. And you know what? What I would like to do is I would like to see a pass down the seam, just by the way that Longmont has been playing the offense of Broomfield.
Timeout, Broomfield. They'll have 1 left. Bill Rogan along with Justin Adams at Broomfield High School, Elizabeth Kennedy Stadium. First half has been dominated by Longmont, but Broomfield a chance to get back in the game and get a little momentum heading into halftime. Ball is at the 18-yard line of Longmont. 3rd and 5 for the Eagles. If they don't make a touchdown here, Justin, do you go for the field goal?
You do go for the field goal. You're going to have about, 4 seconds left before halftime. So what you want to do is, you're not really concerned about getting the first down per se, is you want to run a play that will either get you real close to the goal, or you want to run a play that's going to be designed specifically to get close to the end zone. I mean, every play is designed to get into the end zone, but you want a passing play that's going to get get you in the best matchup and the best possibility to get there.
I would try to get it to Angarado in the end zone.
And there it is.
Throwing deep. Angarado. Touchdown, Broomfield. Good heavens. 5.5 seconds left, and the Eagles have life. An 18-yard strike. Perez to Angarado. And you talk about a team needing that. Wow. That is a huge play.
In the worst way, Broomfield needed a play like that. And with the conversion here, they're going to meet the goal of only being down by 14 before half. And it looked like at the end of the first quarter it was going to be worse. But again, Broomfield has put themselves back in this game.
Pat LaLancette will try the extra point. More penalties.
Shocking.
And our stat man, Don Pablo Apodaca. How many penalties tonight? 14. And that's on both sides. Well, if you like penalty-filled games, you probably are enjoying tonight's broadcast. So they'll move that back 5 yards. This will be a 25-yard extra point. Again, LaLancette, the junior kicker. The holder is Parker Oliver. And it looks like Longmont that time moved. No, it was Broomfield. Gary Davies has to be punching himself in the head watching this right now.
I hope not. He'll have a pretty nice headache. Hope he has some Advil for that.
All right, on second thought, maybe he'll be punching somebody else in the head.
There you go.
So this will be a 30-yard extra point for LaLancette. High snap, hold is down, kick is blocked. So that doesn't help the Broomfield cause, but at least they got on the scoreboard. 21-6, Longmont leads with 5 seconds to go. And let's see if we can cue up that touchdown pass, Perez to Angarado.
Yeah, now what's important to see here, first of all, a great throw by Perez to Angarado on the corner route. But again, in order for the corner route to be open, because it's a cover 2 defense, oh man, look at this throw. A perfect catch. Angarado catches the ball at its highest point. But what I was saying earlier is that in order for that to be wide open is that you have to have your far wide receiver to run a curl route. What the curl route does is it holds that quarterback, the far cornerback to that wide receiver, which will open up a pocket area for the corner to be wide open. And what happens is a safety can't cover it. A safety should not be able to cover a corner route like that.
And Angarado is a basketball player for Broomfield. And he went up for that ball as if he were going up for a rebound. By the way, Broomfield has a very good wrestling program, and standing behind us, Justin, is Ed Gutierrez, well known for wrestling in these parts, putting on tournaments all across the state and the country.
I'll take him down, though.
I don't think you would. Could put you in a half Nelson and a fireman's cradle and all those other things, and you'd be toast. Ball comes out to the 32-yard line. That'll do it for the first half of play. Broomfield scores late. It's 21-6 in favor of Longmont. And when we come back, we'll have the halftime stats and the third quarter kickoff after this. And we are getting set for the start of the third quarter of play at Elizabeth Kennedy Stadium in Broomfield. 21-6 in favor of Longmont. And here's the third touchdown for Longmont, a 58-yard connection. It was just a short pass, and doing the rest of the work was DJ Fowler. And Justin Adams, that was a low catch. And you don't normally see a guy turn it into such a big gain when the pass wasn't really on target.
Yeah, but the important thing that he did was he cut immediately up the field, so what a great play by DJ Fowler.
The statistical look, passing yards, 143 for Longmont, 95 for Broomfield. There's a big category, rushing yards, only 36 for Broomfield. Total yards being won by Longmont, 10 penalties, 75 yards. Doug Johnson can't be happy with that for his Longmont team. And turnovers, 2 by Broomfield and 1 costly turnover by Longmont, which actually led to the touchdown with 5 seconds left in the half. Extra point was missed. The scoring summary in the first quarter, a 7-yard touchdown run by Forrest Wetterstrom, the quarterback, then a 30-yard TD run by Hitchcock, 58-yard TD pass, Wetterstrom to Fowler, which we just saw a moment ago. And just before the end of the half, Broomfield, Perez to Angarado, an 18-yard pass completion to the back of the end zone. And the extra point was blocked, and it was a 30-yard extra point try because of 2 Broomfield penalties. So both teams have hurt themselves with penalties. And Broomfield, though, Justin, I would guess while they can't be pleased with what's on the scoreboard, they have to feel that they at least got on the board and have some life.
Yeah, especially with the passing play from Angelo to Perez to Nick Angarado. And that was just huge because don't forget there was 10 seconds left on the clock. If they don't get that touchdown, then they have to go for a field goal. And even as you can see how the extra point was blocked, can you imagine if the field goal would have been blocked and then, Broomfield would have went into half with nothing on the board? So very grateful to only be down by 21, especially the way that they have been dominated so far by Longmont.
Broomfield won last year's game at Longmont. 2 years ago, we were here, Channel 8, and Broomfield had a 21-7 lead going into the fourth quarter, and Longmont exploded for 3 touchdowns to win that game 28-21. Field position in any football game is a key component. Broomfield had 6 possessions. The first 5 possessions, each one started at their own 20-yard line. The only time they didn't start at the 20 was their last possession when they got the fumble at the Longmont 48, and they converted that eventually into a touchdown. Field position-wise for Longmont, they started at their own 45, then Broomfield's 45, own 41, Broomfield 48, the Broomfield 45, and their own 40-yard line. So their worst starting position in that first half, Justin, their own 40-yard line. So if Broomfield wants to get back in this game, it would behoove them to do better in the field position battle.
And it's going to start with the kickoff here to start off the second half. So it's important for the coverage team to at least stop Longmont from 30 in. Don't let them get past the 30-yard line. Make Longmont have to drive the length of the field for a score.
Pat LaLancette will kick it off. Josh Cogdill and DJ Fowler deep for the Trojans. Third quarter underway. Fowler at his 11. Fakes a handoff. Squirts through. Good yardage out to the 33-yard line before he gets sandwiched. On the stop was Parker Oliver for Broomfield. Also Harrison Einspar. So their worst starting position of the night. It is at the 34-yard line of Longmont. And again, the Trojans led by dynamic junior quarterback Forrest Wetterstrom. They like to send guys in motion all over the place. Pack it in close to the line of scrimmage. And the handoff to Fowler. Fowler gets a first down out to the 48-yard line before he's wrapped up by Rob Nett. Hood also there on the stop. And he was 1 or 2 steps away, Justin, from breaking that one.
And you know what? This is the thing that Coach Gary Davies for Broomfield talked about earlier when we talked to him before the game, is that he wanted to limit the big plays for Longmont. And Longmont has had a couple of big plays that have really hurt Broomfield in this game. So, yeah, just one guy away from a touchdown.
Wetterstrom across the middle, incomplete, intended for Fowler. Cannon on the coverage. That'll bring up 2nd down and 10.
Again, remember, the momentum is on the side of Broomfield. Even though they missed the extra point, they went into half on a score. So it's very important for them to hold on defense. You're probably going to give up a couple of first downs because Longmont's offense is so explosive. But what you need to do is you need to take advantage of plays like that. Look, a drop by Fowler. Now let's build on that. Now let's get a stop here. You know, if they run the ball, maybe a 2-yard gain, and then stop them on 3rd down and get Longmont off the field.
Quick pass, incomplete. Wetterstrom was looking for Hitchcock. Timing was not there on that play, and it brings up a 3rd and 10. Broomfield doesn't blitz all that often, but if you were the defensive coordinator, so if you were Tom Bergesser for Broomfield, do you think about it?
You know what, Coach Davies said that his team is really not a blitzing team, but if you're going to blitz, make sure you blitz from the outside and then you get pressure from the middle, because the last thing that you want to do is to give a guy like Wetterstrom any type of hole or any type of seam, because if you blitz, you don't have anybody behind to defend him running around.
Here comes the pressure. It's a screen, and Roberts with a great play to track down the receiver, and that was Cole Birch. But Jimmy Roberts, the 6'1", 235-pound senior, smelled it out, and Rob Nett is deep to accept the punt from Miles Bergner, if indeed he punts it away.
Yeah, the fake is always a possibility. We saw that yesterday in the Arvada West game that we did, and Arvada West went pretty much a fake punt.
Ball bounces, a bad snap, but fielded well, and a towering kick, and it goes into the end zone. So while it was a 46-yard punt, it's only a 26-yard net. And guess what? Broomfield starting at their own 20 for the 6th time in this game.
Shocking. Shocking for this team. But you know what? Again, for Broomfield, mission accomplished on defense. You got them off the field. Longmont only had 1 first down in that last drive. So now it's time for the offense to, again, build some momentum, drive. You have to stick with the running plays. The run's going to set up the passing very well. And you have a mismatch, height-wise, anytime on any defensive back for Longmont on Angarado for Broomfield.
Perez gives to Jose Frere. Frere gets bounced around like a pinball, taken down, no gain. Leading the defensive charge for the Trojans was Connor McIntosh, 6'3", 271, just a sophomore.
You know, Bill, remember in the last drive that Broomfield had before half, their longest run was out of an I formation. You know, that was something that I thought, you know, Coach Davies would see, and he made that adjustment then, and it worked very well to have a lead blocker, to have a fullback. But then again, they went to the, you know, shotgun option type, and that hasn't worked so far today for them.
Nemai in motion. Perez with some time, launches it deep. It is complete, but out of bounds. Angarado came down with the ball, but he was out of bounds. And check that, that was Gian Panacucci. 6, not 5. Angarado is 5, Panacucci is 6.
You know, I wonder if we have a replay angle that we could show to see if he was clearly out of bounds when he caught the ball.
Justin, this is not CBS or ESPN.
Oh,
Maybe we get the blimp coverage on that play.
or maybe we could get the yellow first down marker line here, you know, at 10 yards.
Maybe the reverse angle replay. Little screen pass is complete to Frere, breaks a tackle, gets out to the 27-yard line, but he'll be shy of the first down by 3 yards.
So you're saying having that camera that goes like above, like the sky view cam, you know, that's a little too much to ask here?
No, we don't have that. That's in the budget for next year.
Okay, okay.
Of course, you'll be volunteering next year.
Yes, I would be volunteering.
So Broomfield faces a 4th and 3, and they will punt it away. Fowler is deep and punting the ball away. It's the quarterback, so watch out for some trickery here. No, Perez kicks it away. Fair catch called, and Fowler has it at the 43, and that's where Longmont will start. Again, excellent field position for the Trojans.
Yeah, you know what, and that's been pretty much the MO for the Trojans all day, is that they have started off either on the plus side of Broomfield, or they have started off, you know, pretty close to the 50-yard line on every drive. And so it's very tough on a Broomfield defense where, you know what, you give up 1, 2, 3 first downs, they're already in field goal range. So that's a lot of pressure that's being put on the Broomfield defense.
So 3 minutes into this third quarter, 29-yard punt by Broomfield, and Fowler on the end around. He gets tripped up, gets maybe a yard as Zach Bingham on the tackle. He's the leading tackler this year for Broomfield. It will be 2nd down and 9, ball at the Longmont 45-yard line. One mistake that Longmont could make, Justin, I would guess, is not putting pressure on Broomfield, trying to run down the clock and not being aggressive. Wetterstrom gets about 2 yards before he's stacked up. That'll bring up a 3rd and long. And tonight, Justin, Broomfield's done well on 1st and 2nd down, but 3rd down is where they've had some difficulty.
Yeah, remember in the first half, Bill, there was a 3rd down and 28-yard passing play. And then afterwards, you had another play where, you know, Witterstrom had 26 yards on that play. You know, Broomfield just has to focus in on defense and pretty much have the spy coverage. I'm gonna have their two linebackers just look at Witterstrom and not anybody else. Make sure he doesn't run around.
Outlet pass is complete, and a 1st down for Cole Birch. They needed 7, they got 8. They'll spot the ball at the 45-yard line of Broomfield. And the chains move with 7:33 to go in the third quarter. We'll take another look, Justin.
Yeah, just looking at the play with what Witterstrom has is he just looks over and just throws the ball to his running back who went in motion. And what happens is, you know, there's not a lot of attacking from the Broomfield defense. You know, they pretty much just sat there and, you know, made sure that he didn't get any more extra yardage. But you know what? Gets the passing play, gets a 1st down.
And straight up the middle for 4 yards is Braden Hitchcock. Hitchcock, a 30-yard run in the first half for a score. So he's racking up the yardage. Hitchcock with 38 yards. Check that, 34 yards on 2 carries. Fowler's run 5 times for 21 yards. And Wetterstrom, the quarterback, 30 yards on 11 carries. Fowler up the middle. Still going. And a 1st down, I believe, for Longmont.
No, Bill, what happened was...
They're going to move it back.
Yeah, Fowler was tackled just a yard shy of the 1st down. But then you had a little bit of what I like to call extracurricular activities between a couple of players.
I got lost there.
Yeah.
That's why you're my trusty sidekick.
Well, that's what I'm here for.
You're my Tonto. 3rd
Can't be
and
Robin.
1. Wetterstrom looking at his play chart on his wrist. Better get the play off. And they just do. And tackled behind the line of scrimmage. Tyler Stemke with the nice hit. And tackled on the play was DJ Fowler. So it's 4th and less than a yard. And we'll see if they go for it. And they will. So Doug Johnson rolling the dice here. Probably too far for a field goal try, too close for a punt. In high school football, most places don't have a play clock, so the back judge with 5 seconds left will move his arm. And that's what the quarterback looks at. Keeper. I don't know.
Oh, it's going to be dependent on the
Weatherstrom
spot.
gets stacked up. Stemke on the tackle. Also Bingham. And Broomfield appears to have held. They have.
Huge play. 2 monstrous plays by the Broomfield defense. And we're going to look at the replay here. And you know what? All the momentum now is on Broomfield's side. What a great play again. It's pretty much just student body left as you have the quarterback keeper. And again, what a great pursuit. What a great push by the Broomfield defense. And,
Tyler Stemke.
Yeah, Tyler Stemke on 2 huge plays. And now,
Stemke stuck him.
yeah, he did.
Now it's up to the Broomfield offense to get things moving. Pitch out to Frere. Frere gets a yard or 2. He gets tackled by Jordan Johnson, who's been very effective for Longmont. Give him a yard, 2nd down and 9. Wind has picked up slightly. Breeze from left to right on your TV screen. Frere. Straight ahead. Broomfield still trying to establish the running game. There's a gain of about 3, so it'll bring up a 3rd down and 6.
You know, 3rd down and 6, Bill, is always better than 3rd down and 10. And that's what Broomfield wants to do, is just make it as easy as possible for Angelo Perez. And one other thing is about Longmont and their cornerbacks. Don't forget that they like to play at least 5 to 6 yards off the ball, off their man. So any type of curl route is going to be there for for Broomfield.
Angarado is 6'4". He's being covered by Johnson, who's 5'9". Pass to Angarado, he's got it, and it looks to be enough for a 1st down. There was the mismatch that Perez saw.
There you go, Bill. You know, give yourself a little pat on the back. There you go. But here's one other thing. And, you know, I like to give myself a little pat on the back, too, because of the way that Longmont on defense is playing so far off the ball. What happens is what Angarado did on that play is he ran his route like he was going to go on a fly pattern. What happens is that made the cornerback drop back, which opened up the hook route.
They're still giving him a lot of room, Angarado, but now flags fly. And false start on the offense. First penalty of the 2nd half for Broomfield. And they have 6 penalties tonight. 3 of them false start penalties. 35 yards total in penalties for Broomfield. 1st and 15, back at their own 41. Frere can't get away from the shoe top tackle of Chris Chacon. No gain on the play.
Yeah, what a great play by Chacon as he took on the lead blocker in that I formation, shed the block, and got the tackle for just a low gain, a 1-yard gain for Broomfield.
He doesn't make that tackle. Frere could have gotten some big yardage. They give him 1 yard, 2nd down and 14. Play action. Incomplete. Perez had a man open in Dan Purse. And that'll bring up 3rd and long.
Now, you know, a couple of plays that Broomfield has ran so far in 3rd down and long is, and their most successful play that they have ran has been a bubble screen. So it's going to be interesting to see if they'll run that same play here.
Gian Panicucci comes in with a play, the sophomore or the junior wide receiver. He split to the far side. Slot right is Einspar. Angarado near side. Allen was in motion. Downfield, pass is incomplete, broken up by Hitchcock. Intended for Panacucci. And a punting situation for Broomfield.
Yeah, and as we look at this replay, pretty much as Perez rolls out to his right, he just telegraphs his pass just a little bit too much at the same route that has been ran all day and almost intercepted as we see the quarterback step right in front of the ball. But then, you know, if you don't hold on to the ball, it could have been caught also by Panacucci. So a fortunate play on both sides there.
Perez, the quarterback, fields the low snap and gets it away. Fowler at the 26. Straight up the middle. And he gets it across the 40-yard line to the 42 before he is dropped. He is dangerous with a capital D. So under 3 minutes to go, third quarter. Longmont still holding a 21-6 lead. There has been no scoring in the third quarter. 32-yard punt, 16-yard return.
Pretty much has been a stalemate all quarter on both offenses. But again, if Longmont could score here, even a field goal, it would be huge for the rest of the game.
And here's the handoff. Hitchcock is down at the 41-yard line. May have lost a yard. Second down and 11.
Looks like Broomfield has made a couple of real good adjustments on the sweep runs that Longmont likes to do. You know, Longmont, again, on all their scoring drives, they had a big play that has got them either in the end zone or closer to the end zone when they have scored on their first 3 possessions.
Wetterstrom keeps. Downfield, incomplete. Penalty on the play. Pass was intended for Hitchcock, but it was low and behind him. Frank Phillips, our referee, an eligible man downfield. And now they'll confer with Broomfield, see if they'll accept the penalty. And they will decline the penalty. So it'll bring up third down and 11. We keep saying it, Justin, but every third down has been crucial for Broomfield.
Well, it's because time is starting to run out. Time is starting to go against them. You know, they only have 2:07 left to go between the end of the third quarter, 14 minutes overall. And so they need to stop here, and they need to get an offensive score pretty soon to stay in the game.
And Wetterstrom is tackled. Andrew McLean. Third sack on the night. As McLean, fourth sack, Don says. Is that the fourth sack for McLean or Broomfield? You're confusing me, Don.
Well, you know what?
Okay.
Here's one thing that's not confusing. It's just the way that McLean gets off of the block of the offensive tackle and then takes the quarterback down, Witterstrom down to the ground. Huge play by Broomfield. They'll get the ball back.
Another low snap and a shank. And the ball is out of bounds. Excellent field position for Broomfield as Miles Bergner fielded the ball on the bounce and it threw off his timing. We have not seen good long snapping tonight by either side.
Mark that play down, Bill. That's going to be, it could be a turning point in the game. If Broomfield ends up winning that game, mark it down as the point as to where momentum has totally turned in the way for Broomfield. And it has given them good field position. As we look at the replay, again, the ball skips off the ground, and the punter, which he has done all day, picks it up, and it just hits off the side of his foot.
As Einsbar was coming in trying to block it. A 4-yard punt. Broomfield, their best starting position of the night on the Longmont 35. First and 10. Perez. Outlet pass through the hands of Tony Sendejas. That'll bring up second down and 10.
Thank you.
Bill, you got to have plays like that, especially when you're coming back and the momentum's on your side. You had your fullback wide open on the play fake. You got to hit him in the chest, and you got to catch that ball. You got to throw a better pass to catch the ball.
I formation, handoff to Frere. 4 hard-earned yards, tackled by Pomper. Also in on the stop was Chacon, and Chacon is still on the turf. So officials timeout. Again, Longmont is 8-0, 4-0 in Northern Conference play. Broomfield 6-1 overall, and they are 3-0 in Northern Conference play. The winner of this game will be in the driver's seat to win the league title. And as a matter of fact, if Longmont wins, they will clinch the title. Broomfield has 2 more league games after this against teams that they should beat. So basically, this is for the Northern Conference Championship. And right now, Chris Chacon, the 6'1", 180-pound senior, is on the turf. Bill Rogan along with Justin Adams, we thank you for tuning in to high school football on Channel 8. We've had some good games this year. Saw a couple of Holy Family games, a few legacy games. And tonight we wrap up our seasonal coverage with Longmont against Broomfield. And there you see the Broomfield schedule. Their only loss was to Monarch. And you wonder if they had a little bit of a hangover after the dramatic win over Legacy. First time they had ever beaten Legacy at 5-18. And Longmont, perfect so far. Their closest encounter was last week, a 1-point squeaker over Greeley West. So they help Chacon to the sideline. 3rd down and a long 7 for Broomfield. Ball at the 32-yard line. Again, if I'm Broomfield, Justin, I'm looking for Angarado.
Well, he has single coverage, so.
And he's got the height advantage, 6'4" to 5'9". That can't be an easy matchup for Jordan Johnson. Perez rolls. Downfield, complete. First down, Broomfield at the 16-yard line. As Christian Nemai with the reception.
Huge play by just Broomfield overall. What a great pass by Perez. Again, he fakes the pass. You got to play fake, rolls to his right, and puts, and I'll say this again, Bill, a dart over the hand of a defender right to the receiver. What a great pass and play. And now you have first down for Broomfield.
Frere with some room. Frere.
Way to go, Jose! Yeah!
Touchdown, Broomfield. No flags. A 16-yard scamper. And Broomfield back in business. And we'll see if they go for 2. But Justin, we said they had to take advantage of the poor punt, and they did.
And again, you know, what a great way to take advantage of it on a huge 3rd down passing play by Perez. And then the next play, you're going to get a nice pitch to the outside. And we're going to see the replay after this play. A huge run. And again, look, at first, in the first quarter, it looked like this was going to be a blowout. Let's be honest about this. The first 3 possessions, Longmont went down the field and scored touchdowns. Had a 21-0 lead. Broomfield just stayed in the game, chipped away at the lead, and now they're only down by 12.
They should put fans back there with candles to try to light that end of the field up. Broomfield going for 2. Perez keeps, finds Nemai, 2 points.
Yeah!
A well-designed play. And Justin Adams, with 1/4 and 45 seconds left in this game, we've got a little excitement here at Elizabeth Kennedy Stadium.
You know what? Even the coaches are excited here in the press box as you can hear the coach literally say, he's wide open. It's just, you know what? And he was. What a great pass to play. As we look at the running, as we look at the pitch for a touchdown earlier, and just great ball security as you see there on the pitch. And it's amazing, you know, for Broomfield. It looked like they couldn't run the ball all day. A great stiff arm.
I like
right
too
there,
how
yeah.
he shifted the ball to his outside
Yeah,
hand.
shifted the ball to his outside. What a great play by Fareed so that the ball wouldn't be knocked away. Just a great one. And then on the last play, you fake the option and you throw the ball to your tight end who was wide open in the back, wide open in the end zone. Now it's a 7-point game. It's anybody's ball game now, Bill.
And that punt, it wasn't technically a turnover, but it was like a turnover. The Lancet dribbles one downfield, and it's picked up at the 17-yard line by Cogdill. Cogdill dances down the sideline, and he gets belted out of bounds. Jordan Hood with a big hit. Nice return for Longmont. So Longmont scored the first 21 points of this game, and Broomfield has scored the last 14. And we've got ourselves quite a battle going on. Class 4A Northern Conference on the line. Now we'll see what the junior Forrest Wetterstrom can do against this fired up Broomfield defense. Fowler drags tacklers to the 45-yard line. Second down and about 4, 6-yard pickup.
Really important to see how Longmont responds. All the momentum is on the side for Broomfield. This is where if you're a team like Longmont, you could grow up. This is not only a game for the conference, but this is a kind of a postseason game, getting you ready for the extra season afterwards. And so they're going to run into games like this.
And the clock will run out for the third quarter. At the end of 3 periods, it's Longmont 21, Broomfield 14. Stay with us. Fourth quarter is next. And there's the score, 21-14 Longmont, 12 minutes on the clock. First play of the fourth quarter, Longmont on their own 45-yard line, second down and a long 3. Forrest Wetterstrom, the quarterback, gives to Fowler straight up the middle, and he is close to a first down. Tackled by Roberts. And it looks like third and very short. Third and less than a yard. All right, third and a full yard. Did you know, Justin, that a yard is 3 feet
now,
or 36 inches?
How many centimeters?
You got me there. Broomfield should be alert for the keeper. And it is a quarterback draw, and I believe he has the first down from our vantage point. And they're going to have a measurement. So the clock is stopped. I think he has it. What do you think, Justin?
Yeah, I say he has it. And I don't even know why they're really even coming out to measure.
Well, just to make sure.
I say he has it by 1 whole football length. How about that, Bill?
I will say a half a length.
Okay, a half a length, okay.
Are we wagering on this?
We are wagering on it. What do you have on it?
We'll bet a soda.
Okay, soda it is.
They extend the chain. And he has it by a full length.
Yes. I'm a Sprite man, just to let you know, Bill.
But I'm not going to pay up because soda is unhealthy for you.
Oh, my God.
And I care.
Well, you know, they have kind of this soda water, you know, that's somewhat healthy.
Well, let Don take care of it. He takes care of all my debts.
I appreciate it. Thank you, Don Pablo.
First down and 10 for Longmont on their own 48-yard line. Quick pass, nearly intercepted. I believe Nemai got a hand on it, and that could have prevented his own teammate Jordan Hood from intercepting that play.
Well, Jordan Hood had a beat on the ball, and he wasn't distracted by the play fake or the play action fake in the backfield that Longmont had. As we look at the replay, look at the running back again, Fowler.
Yeah,
and then the pass, yeah, it was tipped. And then, you know, if the ball wasn't tipped, we could be seeing a 21-21 game.
That was one play where maybe it was bad to tip the ball because Hood was bearing in on it. 2nd and 10, Trojans. Deep downfield, it is complete. Touchdown, Josh Cogdill. A 52-yard strike. And momentum back on the side of Longmont as they are jubilant on the far sideline. And crestfallen, downcast, and forlorn for the Broomfield fans.
Great call by the offensive coordinator for Longmont to recognize that on the previous play, when Hood went after the ball, he pretty much just, he knew overall what the passing play was going to be. You know, he guessed right on the passing play. So therefore, whenever you see somebody just sit and go after a short pass, you got to go deep on him.
Bergner will attempt the extra point. Wetterstrom is the holder. Snap, hold, kick, good. Nearly kicked that one out of the facility. He's got a strong leg. Young Miles Bergner. Let's take another look at that 52-yard touchdown.
Okay, and just pretty much what happens is Wetterstrom just sets up, and he knew all along that he was going to go deep. The pass was on the money as, you know, Hood was beat on the play. Perfect catch and throw, perfect pass and catch. And then you have a 50-yard touchdown. And again, that's the 4th big play that Longmont has had that either has set up a touchdown or has resulted in a touchdown.
So a 2-touchdown lead again for the Trojans. Wetterstrom now 8 of 14, 208 yards, 2 touchdowns passing. He's also run for a score. And a little breathing room now for Longmont as things were getting a little dicey. Now we'll see if the Eagles can respond. Rob Nett is deep. And he'll have no chance in the end zone. First and 10 at their 20-yard line. So once again, for the 7th time, they're starting at their own 20-yard line. There's still a lot of time left, Justin. You don't have to abandon your offensive game plan just yet.
But because of the way that high school football is and how tough it has been for Broomfield to score in this game, they really need to score on this drive in order to stay into it.
Frere, he gets wrapped up and flung to the ground by big number 90, Joe Lopez.
Joe Lopez, the 5'11", 230-pound sophomore. You know what? That's a guy who is, you know, playing almost like a man-child. What a great play over there. And you can see yet again, Broomfield not going away from what they like to do, which is to run the ball in order to set up the pass. But unfortunately, time is not on their side. And since they're down by 2 scores, they're going to have to start putting the ball in the air a lot more.
You mentioned Lopez, 5'11", 235. Some guys were born to be nose guards. Perez with time. Downfield, he's got a man in Purse. First down at the 42-yard line. Pomper applies the hit, but a big gain for the Eagles.
Yeah, Purse caught a wide open pass in the seam as we look at the replay. Actually, let's not go to the replay because what Broomfield is doing, they're going into a no-huddle offense, but just a great catch and run on that previous play.
Chains are set. Perez, outlet complete. Angarado drags a tackler for an extra yard. Pickup of about 7. And again, Broomfield in the hurry up.
Well, because Broomfield understands, you know, even though there's, 9 minutes, 30 seconds left in the game, they understand that they have to score quickly in order to stay in this game.
Low snap, handoff to Frere. He has a first down. Lopez on the tackle. Johnson as well. So move the chains once again. So Broomfield with back-to-back first downs, and they are in Longmont territory at the 45-yard line. Two receivers left, two receivers right. Perez downfield, intercepted. The safety, Drew McGee, gets his second interception of the night. And once again, Angelo Perez getting under that pass a little bit, and it sailed high.
Yeah, that's his third overthrown pass of the day. And, you know, unfortunately, every overthrown pass that he has thrown has ended up into the hands of a Longmont defender. And that's huge. That's just a crucial play with 9:05 left, and the way that Longmont drives the ball. You know, Coach Davies, as we see there, cannot be happy with the result or the game that has happened so far.
Fowler to the 25, gets 1 yard. That's 3 turnovers tonight for Broomfield, just 1 for Longmont. Eagles could use a turnover here.
And it comes back to what we talked about in the pregame. In the opening of the game, what we talked about is whichever team turns over the ball more, well, they usually lose. And also the big plays, 5 big plays. You know, Broomfield has had 4 huge plays that have either resulted in a touchdown or have got them real close to a touchdown. And then you have the interception, which takes away almost all the momentum that Broomfield had.
2nd and 9. Keeper by Wetterstrom. Excellent tackle by Parker Oliver. May have lost some yardage there. Actually, no gain. It'll be 3rd and 9. So this, another huge 3rd down play for the Broomfield defense. If Longmont converts, they can run another couple of minutes off the clock. And Coach Doug Johnson, he doesn't care if he scores or not on this possession. He just wants to eat clock. That's first and foremost.
Yeah, you're almost like at a 4-minute offense, especially if Longmont can convert on this play, just to run down the clock.
To Keeper. And he's short of the first down, I believe. He had that last second surge. And he's going to get a good spot. Wow. I'd like to see a replay on that. I think he was very fortunate to get a first down.
Yeah, what a great play.
Here it is. Let's see where his knee hits.
And his knee will hit as he's dragged. You know what? His hand actually hit before he was down. His elbow hit.
Yeah, that should have been
at the 33-yard line.
Yes, they gave him an extra yard. High school football, you can't throw the red flag because you don't need the referees running up here to look at our monitor.
No, you really don't want them to do that.
But there was a break, I believe, for Longmont. So they keep possession, and the clock is rolling. I'd be shocked if they put it in the air. Hitchcock turns the corner. He gets belted down, but after a very healthy pickup. About a 9-yard gain. And Hitchcock hasn't carried too often, 4 times, but for 42 yards and a touchdown.
All right, Bill, here comes another measurement. All right, now.
I think he's short.
You know, where we're sitting in the press box, literally I am right at the 44-yard line where the ball is now. So now he has to get to about the 45, a little bit past the 45 and a half. So, yeah, he's short by
I would say he's short by the length of a football.
Double or nothing.
On the other side of the stripe they got to get.
Double or nothing?
No.
Okay. Come on, Bill, you have to have
But he has to get it. It's right on the hash mark. It's on the right side of the 44-yard line hash mark. He needs to be on the other side of the 44-yard hash.
Well, what it looks like, Bill, is that actually the referee is, for some reason, stopped play. It looks like he wants to get a change of score, as it's went from 6:34 to 6:47. So they won't measure this play. So you're right.
So 2nd and inches. Now this might be a play where you gamble a little bit. Or not. Straight up the middle. Fowler. And he gets the first down. 12-yard gain for DJ Fowler. 5'9", 170 pounds of toughness. He's a senior. And Fowler on the night, 11 carries, 48 yards.
Again, just milking this clock. This is what you do in the 4-minute offense as we look at the replay. Again, a handoff right to Fowler, who goes right behind his big boys that he sees the offensive lineman. Keeps 2 hands on the ball, and he gets dragged down and continues to move his legs.
Fullback Jordan
great
Bohms with a very good block.
And also the Johnson, Bannard, Gabler, Lee, McIntosh, Spiedler, Navarro. Great blocking by them today.
Fowler gets about a 4-yard gain as he's tackled by Bingham. McLean also in on the stop as we are under 6 minutes. Again, Longmont trying to keep their perfect season alive. Broomfield trying to keep their perfect conference record going at 3-0. And right now, things do not look good for the team in the blue and silver.
You're looking for anything now, Bill. You're looking to strip the ball. You're looking to stop them. You want to get this ball back with at least 4 minutes left to give yourself a chance to win.
Option. He keeps, and Wetterstrom gets it inside the 40. It'll bring up a 3rd down and about 4. And we were told that Wetterstrom was a dual threat, throwing and running, and he certainly displayed that tonight.
Yeah, has a couple of touchdown passes through the air and has a touchdown run. Actually, the first touchdown of the game was a 7-yard run by Wetterstrom up the middle on a quarterback keep. This guy is the real deal. Definitely could do it in all phases of the game.
And wisely, the Trojans just taking their sweet old time. Back judge starts the 5-second count. And we're going to have a timeout taken by Longmont, their first. So they have 2 remaining. So those are pretty impressive trees back there.
Yeah.
Again, if you want to see the replay, simply go to Channel 8. Tuesday, a morning showing. Wednesday, a matinee special. Thursday night, prime time. And then Saturday night at 6 o'clock or anytime on Broomfield.org. And all our games for the past several seasons have been archived. So go on the site, click on the high school football tab, and you can see past games. And there have been some really, really good games that we've had. You might want to skip the 2008 season. It seemed like we had blowouts that entire year. But if you want to see some high school football, I was on there a few weeks ago watching a Holy Family game we did. I forgot who won the game, so it was like watching it for the first time.
Nice.
Thought the announcing was pretty poor, but other than that, it was good. 3rd down and 4. Forrest Wetterstrom, the QB, keeps. 1st down and Mo. Wetterstrom to the end zone. Touchdown. A 38-yard gallop. And Longmont has salted this one away in all likelihood with 4:25 to go.
Forrest Wetterstrom took the ball right up the middle on the quarterback keeper, just like the first time that he scored on a 7-yard touchdown run Except this one, a longer run, broke a couple of tackles, and pretty much, yeah, there's no pretty much. He took the heart of Broomfield along with him into the end zone.
Bergner will attempt his 5th extra point. Got it. 35-14. The Trojans over the Eagles. And a few of the fans are filing out. And to those fans who are leaving, I say, come on.
Oh,
You've been here all night. Stick it out for another 4:25.
Yeah, 4:25 left in the game as we look at the play. And again, great blocking by the offensive line of Longmont. But just look at the way, look at this. Witterstrom breaking the tackle and then taking it all the way home. Doing the rest of the work. Again, 2 touchdown passes, 2 touchdown runs. Forced Witterstrom all over the place.
And Broomfield's tackling, uncharacteristically, has not been up to par.
Not their best, but you know what? Again, you have to give credit where credit is due. And Witterstrom is, you know, we've done 5 games this year. He's the best player that I have seen in the 5 games that we have done this season.
And again, no return. So Broomfield with 3 timeouts, 4:25 on the clock, trailed by 3 touchdowns. It will take a minor miracle for the Eagles to pull it out. By the way, Doug Johnson, the head coach of Longmont, talking to him before the game. He has his young son, maybe 4 years old, I don't know. He was on the field before the game, and I was throwing a Nerf football with him. Kid has great hands. He was born way prematurely. They didn't know if the young boy was going to survive.
Wow.
And so Doug Johnson calls him his miracle baby. Einspar with the catch out to the 34-yard line. First down, Broomfield. But this little kid can run. He can catch. Healthy little boy. And the coach is very blessed.
Yeah, very blessed
And
indeed.
I think Doug Johnson has done a whale of a job because the team got out to a good start. Broomfield came back, but they didn't panic, and they were able to extend the lead. Angarado gets the catch and takes a hit. The stick applied by Jordan Johnson.
And Bill, as the clock winds down on this game, the question has to be asked, looking at Longmont. Both of these teams, first of all, will be in the playoffs. The real question is, can either of these teams legitimately play well against a team like Valor Christian, who is the tops pretty much in the state, in my opinion?
From what I've heard about Valor Christian, they are almost an unbeatable team. They are so good. But that's what makes things exciting because unbeatable teams can lose. Just ask the 1980 Soviet Union hockey team.
Yes, yes.
Just ask the New England Patriots a few years ago who lost to Eli Manning and the New York Football Giants in the Super Bowl.
There you go with your New York Giants reference.
Hey, that's a good example of a team that was unbeatable who lost.
It is a good example.
It's a great example. 3rd and 6. Perez tucks it away. Nice move for the first down. So the clock stops momentarily.
Well, for me, Bill, looking at the way that Forrest Wetterstrom has played today, he has all the intangibles to be able to take down such a team like Valor Christian. He's a dual threat. He's able to throw the ball very well. He can run the ball if anything breaks down. And even in Broomfield, I think they'll have a legitimate shot.
And Johnson with the interception on the pass intended for Angarado. 4th interception tonight by the Longmont Trojans. And they can start celebrating on the far side as it looks like they will be 9-0 in 3 minutes, 24 seconds of game time.
Yeah, let's go and take a replay, look at the replay, excuse me. And again, just, Perez sets up. He wants to throw the ball to, Angarado. But again, the cornerback just steps in front, and he just throws that ball in a double coverage. And you know what? When you're down by 21, you have to force the ball. And that's one that he did, and he just was successful.
This is a little strange here, taking a knee with 3:20 to go.
Oh, not too strange. You know, it's unconventional, but
Well,
you know,
is it unconventional and strange, kind of like the same thing?
No. They both have
I'll tell
different
you what,
meaning a little bit.
I'm just guessing here that Doug Johnson doesn't want to risk a turnover. He'll be happy to eat clock and punt the ball away.
Or risk injury or rub it into the face of Broomfield as a sign of respect.
Well,
There's a couple of different ways you can look at what's happening right now. Or what Longmont, is doing.
I think it's a little strange, though, to take a knee at this point in the game. As if I should tell Doug Johnson how to coach. I mean, his team was well prepared. They got off to a great start. And if you see where it says Eagles there, there's our booth.
There we are. Hey.
All right.
Hey.
I would also like to commend the Broomfield student section. They didn't throw anything at me tonight.
No. They just threw it
I
at
must
the
have
truck.
said something last year that they didn't like. They used me for target practice. But tonight, a very well-behaved group, as they normally are. Every now and then they get rambunctious. So now the Broomfield Eagles call a timeout. And Longmont will punt the ball away. But they did take 3+. When did they get the ball? 4:25. So they took 2:25 off the clock. Robnett and Angarado are deep, awaiting the punt. Bergner will kick it away. By the way, while we have a little lull in the action, this is our final telecast of the season before we head into basketball season.
All right, I'm excited
And
for basketball.
A few people need to be pointed out for a great job. Executive producer Kim Greason, director Victor Seif, and as always, just like to say, Victor, thanks for a job done. Our cameraman, Miles Wardis, as Robnett has the punt. Trying to shake free. Still on his feet. Robnett gets taken down at the 37-yard line. Johnson with the tackle. Also, Alan Wardis, Mark Olson, and Akina Hudson, our camera crew. And I tell you what, you see these pictures, they do a great job. Our engineer, Steve Blacketer.
There you go.
Steve Blacketer.
Tough name for you.
Graphics, John Shula, no relation to Don Shula. And our replay guy, Tim McCall. And again, one of the nice things about doing this job, Justin, and I have to thank you. Great job first year with me. Took over for Brett Davis. Obviously, you didn't have big shoes to fill, but it was nice having you on the broadcast. Don Apodaca, another great job on stats this year. And one of the things we love high school football, but what makes it so fun is the people we work with here.
Definitely.
Great people, and they do a fine job, and they almost make us look good. Pass to Einspar. Einspar dances down the sidelines, and he has a first down. No quit in this Broomfield team. That last punt, by the way, 32 yards, and Robnett a 10-yard return.
All right, Bill, since this is our final game, going through at least 5A and 4A and even 3A, who do you see as the champions? Who's going to take the title in each conference?
When you look at 5A, tell you, Columbine has a good team this year.
Okay.
They're always in the mix. Obviously, Mullen is in the mix. 4A, I think Valor is the prohibitive favorite. 3A, I'm pulling for Holy Family, but I don't know if they have what it takes to win the championship this year. But as always, it's wide open. Have you ever seen six-man football?
I have never seen six-man football.
Either have I. We should take a trip to the Eastern Plains and catch some six-man football. I hear it's like football on ice.
You know, can you imagine doing a play-by-play game of that? It's almost like arena football.
Yeah. It's pretty quick. Some of those schools out there, they have like 10 kids in the whole school.
Yeah,
so they have to have. You know what I'd like to see? One-man football. Guys go one-on-one. 1st and 10, Broomfield. Low snap, Perez keeps. Perez gets belted down by Lopez.
Well, can you imagine if you had Perez and Wetterstrom playing one-on-one football?
Might be a high-scoring game. Clock continues to run. Broomfield trying to tack on another score. 2nd down and 4. Perez keeps. Close to a 1st down.
Yeah, he lost the football a bit when it recovered his own fumble. It seems it has enough yardage for the 1st down.
And there's Gary Davies, 24 years as the head coach. Spent a couple years as an assistant and played here at Broomfield. And I tell you what, you won't find a classier coach in all of high school football. Pass is complete to Allen. Good enough for 4 yards. Actually make it 7 yards.
All right, Bill, quickly, I'll give out my predictions. 5A, I like Grand Junction. 4A, Valor, obviously. But 3A, how about John F. Kennedy?
As Frere gets a touchdown. I didn't hear you mention Montbello as state champs.
Yeah, you know what? Montbello will be state champs in the losing department this year. They only have 1 win this season. Yeah, definitely not the team that I left with.
That program has not been the same since you left. So Frere gets the 10-yard touchdown run. And Pat LaLancette will try for the extra point. 37 seconds left.
Well, you know what they say at Montbello, Bill? Before the game, the coach says, guys, Justin Adams is not walking through that door.
And the kick is good. So Longmont 35, Broomfield 21. And we will have an onside kick coming up, as many of the fans heading to the exits. Don't forget, stay with us for the post game. We'll have the final stats, and we'll also have a couple of interviews as Frere barrels his way into the end zone. So the Longmont Trojans will improve to 9-0 on the season. Again, barring a minor miracle here. And Broomfield, they will drop to 6-2, 3-1 in the Northern League, and now 5-0 in the Northern League will be the Trojans of Longmont.
You know, another thing that we didn't talk about at the opening of the show is the importance of the game, also because, you know, Longmont is now going to get a home game in the playoffs, and Broomfield will have to start their first game on the road. So that could be very important for both teams.
You surprised no onside kick there?
A little bit.
I'm very surprised.
You know, I mean, you would think with 37 seconds left, you still want to give your team a chance to win, but I think that's just a sign of respect. You know, a sign of respect, but also playing the game the right way is, you know.
Why wouldn't you try it for an onside kick?
Yeah, giving yourself a chance to win, and so that's kind of throwing up the white flag, and, you know, with 32 seconds left in this game, and, you know, you only have 2 timeouts left, you know, Broomfield just figures, hey, let's just get out of here. But congratulations to Longmont on their victory and another conference title. A great day by our player of the game, Forrest Wetterstrom.
So Forrest Wetterstrom is our player of the game. We'll try to catch him on the field for post-game interview. Longmont fans applauding their team. A well-deserved 35-21 victory over Broomfield. Our post-game show is next. Stay with us. You're watching high school football on KCCB Channel 8. Our final score tonight from Broomfield, Colorado, Longmont 35 and Broomfield 21. Right now I'm with victorious head coach Doug Johnson of the Trojans. And coach, you jumped out to a fine lead, 21-0. Broomfield came back, but you guys kept your poise. How did you do it?
We just got back to some of the things that were bringing us success and just executed a little bit better. And give credit to them. They really made it hard on us there for a stretch.
Now, I know you wanted to stop the Broomfield running attack, and you did that early, and for the most part, the entire game. You have to be pretty pleased with that.
I was. We came down here a couple of years ago, and they ran. I tell people they beat us by 5. They had 500 yards rushing, and Gary does a great job, and it's a first-class program, and they're tough to play here.
I heard a lot about your starting quarterback, Forrest Wetterstrom, coming into this game. I had not seen him play before, but he certainly is the real deal. Talk about how good he was tonight.
He's money. I love Forrest because he does, I think one of our coaches said it best. Does he win with the run or the pass? I think he wins games with his heart. And he plays with a lot of heart, and I'm so proud of him. He just is a competitor.
I know you love your coaching staff. First half, you guys had some penalty issues. No penalties in the second half. That's pretty good.
Yeah, that's great. And Arndt and Collis and Somervold on the defense, and I'm really proud of our offensive line, and Eric Coyle runs them, and I'm really proud of them.
One of the things I enjoyed post game was you mingling with the fans, slapping hands with the fans, and what do they mean to your team when they come down to here to Broomfield to see you play?
Well, it means that they love their kids, and a parent's support for a kid means a lot, and our student body was here, and our parents were here, and what a great support group. And
among your assistant coaches, you have one right here in front of you. Who is this guy?
Oh, this is Caleb, and this is my son, 7-year-old, and I'm really proud of him. He's a good kid.
Caleb, your dad do a good job tonight?
Yeah.
I would agree. Coach Johnson, thank you very much for your time. Much appreciated. Good luck the rest of the way.
Thanks for covering high school sports for these kids. Broomfield, Longmont, everybody.
Thank you. We love doing it. And right now, let's bring in Forrest Wetterstrom. Forrest, your turn. Nice to see you. Excellent job. Let me ask you right off the bat, you're a dual threat. You threw for 2 touchdowns tonight. You ran for 2, breaking tackles along the way. Which do you prefer, passing or running?
Whatever will win us the football game. I mean, if passing's what'll work out best, and just how to dissect the defense, and passing will work. And if I can find running lanes and the line up front does good jobs, then running the ball. But personally, I have no preference, just whatever wins football games.
Well, you do know that passing is a little easier on the body, less bruises, I would suppose. Forrest, coming into this game, a lot of pressure on your team just to stay unbeaten. You're in a hostile environment against a really good Broomfield team, and you guys were able to jump out to a 21-0 lead. Probably the offensive line, the unsung heroes tonight. Would you agree?
That's 100% true. The offensive line did a great job. Every play they were hitting someone in the mouth, putting somebody on the ground, passing or running the ball. They did a good job tonight. I'm really proud of them. We have 2 sophomores and a junior, so we have a fairly young line, but we make up for that in size and just all-around football knowledge. So I'm really proud of the way that our line stepped up today.
Last year you were a first-year starter. This year you're second-year starting as a junior. How much better are you this year than last year, and how much better do you think you can be looking ahead to your senior year?
Well, I feel I've made strides from last year to this year. I feel like I've been making better reads passing the ball, and last year I kind of struggled with pocket presence. I kind of folded under pressure and would just take off right away. Now I feel like I can get all the way to the backside routes because the protection is just phenomenal, and I don't know what to say about how good I can be. I mean, it's kind of a future question. I really don't know what to say to that.
Okay, well, the future is unknown, but I think you'll do quite well. And before I let you go, Forrest, Doug Johnson, your head coach, I saw him diving into the pile of players in the end zone after the game, kind of like a mosh pit. He's running around, slapping hands with the players. Is he a fun coach to play for?
He's the funnest coach I've ever had. for sure. He's always has a great attitude. He'll get after us if we mess up, but he's always fun and he'll joke around. But he's just a great coach overall. I love him. I love Coach Jay.
I'll give you a little secret, too. If you keep winning, the coaches are nicer. When you start losing, then they get a little crankier. But, no, he's a great coach, and you had a fine game tonight as well. Thank you, Forrest. Good luck the rest of the way.
Thank you very much.
Okay, now get out of here. Come on in, Justin. Justin Adams, tough loss for Broomfield, but they ran into a buzzsaw in the Longmont Trojans tonight. Just a great performance all around.
Yeah, it's tough to be down 21-0 to start off a game, any type of game, to be down 21-0 early on. The first 3 possessions that Longmont did, they just drove right down the field. And again, we talked about it earlier. It's going to take 5 big plays. Well, every touchdown that was scored by Longmont today came off of either a big play that has resulted in a touchdown or resulted close to a touchdown. And then you can add another big play, being the interceptions. Unfortunately for Broomfield, their quarterback had, 4 interceptions that really hurt them in this game. So, anytime you get that happening and you turn over the ball, it's not going to be a positive result most of the time.
And when a team goes on the road, one of the things they want to do is take the crowd out of the game, and that's what Longmont did early.
Yeah, but you know what? You got to give Broomfield credit because they came back into the game. In the fourth quarter, they were only down by 7 points. Being down by so much, one possession, anything could happen. But then you got to give, I would like to say props to Forrest overall. And just the way that he has played the game today, was talking to him about the long touchdown pass that he had to take the game to 28-14. Again, that was something that not only that he saw, but that the coaches also saw, was just how the quarterback was sitting on the short routes. So again, the next play, let's throw it deep. The result, 50-yard touchdown pass.
Well, that'll do it. Once again, the final score, Longmont 35, Broomfield 21. So for Justin Adams, Don Apodaca, and the entire Channel 8 crew, I'm Bill Rogan. Thanks for watching, everybody, and we'll catch you next time.
Ah!